Hi, my name is Bianca, and this is my video reflection for Module 3, the social dimension of a city. Lesson 3.1 began with the required material, The Metropolis and Mental Life, written by George Simmel. The reading focused on comparing and contrasting metropolitan versus rural rhythm of life and how that influences the individual. It makes the point that the money economy dominates the metropolis, which has led to a kind of blasé attitude and can make metropolitan people appear cold and heartless. However, they enjoy individual personal freedoms that are unique to their location. Going along with the same theme, the second material, an animation called City Life versus Country Life, has two mice advocating for their opposing lifestyles, the country versus the rural. Both city and country have their pros. For example, cities allow for large markets and an increased bump rate, while towns have shorter commutes and a more peaceful and quiet lifestyle. But each of their downsides is what the other mouse gets to enjoy. This shows that choosing either lifestyle is a trade-off. My first additional material was called From Market Economy to Market Society, which encourages the listeners to think about what role money and markets should have in our society. According to him, we have subtly yet undeniably drifted from having a market economy to becoming a market society, and warns us to be aware of how much we allow the market to influence our society. This video reminded me that money cannot and should not buy everything, such as love or friendships. Lesson 3.2 began with a chapter called Modular Man, which explored how we have created a so-called disposable person, a modular man, through urbanism and superindustrialism. A major point he made was that we are witnessing a major decline in the average duration of human relationships, and that rural residents and people of the past seem to have more total, holistic relationships compared to their urban counterparts who have more modular and temporary relationships. He encourages that this trend be more explored so that we can understand and possibly capitalize on it for our future society. Next, there were then a series of short videos. The first one, How Will Society Change and as the US population ages, highlights that the amount of people older in our society is growing and that the main reasons are genes, health behaviors, and where we live. The speaker encourages us to rethink the roles and responsibilities of older people and society as a whole, and how we can build age-friendly cities and reduce the burden on healthcare workers and families. The second video is called Afrofuturism Mixes Sci-Fi and Social Justice and points out that the future looks different from the lens of Black experiences, which rarely gets recognized in studies of the future. Afrofuturism is rooted in Black people having a better future for themselves on their terms. The next video was Redlining and Racial Covenants, which briefed us about the history of redlining and how it strategically manufactured urban poverty for Black people by explicitly linking spatial desirability with racial occupancy. This taught me that it is important to understand this history to help right the wrongs done in those neighborhoods and cities. The last required video was a guest lecture by Dr. Greason, who helped create the Black Panther movie and designed Wakanda to be an African heritage utopia. His main message was that African heritage has a past and a bright, authentic future that should be recognized. He gave us a look into a maze game also, which was created by him and his students to navigate and explore historic cities in historically Black communities. My last additional material was a video called Americans Becoming More Urban, More Diverse, and Less White. The video shares data from the 2020 census, which revealed that white identifying people have declined, while Black, Asian, and Hispanic identifying people have risen, as well as people who identify with multiple races. It'll be interesting to see how these trends change or don't in the next census. Overall, I learned that cities have complex social dimensions and rich histories that should be understood to build better and more equitable futures. Thank you.